I'm Brian.
And I'm Matt.
We're the Retro Sons. In this video, we'll be ranking the Uncharted games from our least favorite to our favorite, excluding Golden Abyss for the PS Vita.
I haven't played it.
I have, but today we'll only be focusing on the Naughty Dog games. If you'd like a more in-depth review on any of the games, including Golden Abyss, let us know in the comments.
Time to jump in. The Lost Legacy is my pick for number 5. Chloe is one of my favorite characters, and her and Nadine have a funny rapport. It's got a great story, just like every Uncharted game. However, it is a bit short, and there's a lot of stealth sections, which aren't my favorite. I'm more of a guns blazing kind of guy.
I also put The Lost Legacy at number 5. I miss Nathan Drake, but it's nice to see Chloe get her own game. Having started as DLC, The Lost Legacy can be completed in about 7 hours, with the Western Ghats taking up a large portion of that time, and that part feels repetitive to me after a while. The main villain, Asav, isn't that memorable to me, and I don't even know what his motivation is.
Yeah, what was he trying to do?
I don't remember. Start a war or something.
My pick for number 4 is Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. It's the longest game in the series, again with a great story, puzzles, and locations. The reason I rank this at number 4 is because of all the flashback scenes. They slow the story way down. Also, I don't like how they introduced Nathan's brother, a character we have never heard of previously. And of course, the stealth sections, which as you know from before, aren't my favorite.
At number 4, I put Drake's Deception. While the story is good, and I like Drake's fighting style the most in this game, there's just too many parts that I don't like to go back and replay, such as the young Nathan parts and the modern day pirate scenes. The supernatural elements are good and challenging, but not as prominent as in previous installments of the series. I enjoyed the final fight with Talbot, that's pretty fun.
Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception is number 3 for me. It's got one of the greatest openings with the bar fight and one of the best enemies, Marlowe and her secret society, an amazing cast of characters. Unlike Brian, I love when the pirates kidnap Nathan and you have to escape. It's hard for me to put this at number 3, but the reason I did is the story-halting flashbacks and the incredibly slow desert chapters near the end.
Coming in at number 3 on my list is A Thief's End. Being made for the PS4, the graphics are great with stunning locations. This game has some of the same drawbacks as Drake's Deception, with flashbacks to Nathan's childhood and no supernatural elements to speak of, but overall I don't mind replaying this whole game. The truck chase is amazing, and I wish you could skip right to it without having to play the clock tower part first. A Thief's End indeed, because this is the final appearance of Nathan, wonderfully wrapping up his story and potentially introducing Sam, his brother, to carry on in future Uncharted games. Rafe is a great antagonist, wanting to do something for himself and break free from the spoiled rich kid reputation that he has.
Uncharted, Drake's Fortune is my pick for number 2. Naughty Dog really hit it out of the park with the opening tutorial chapter in this game. It pulls you in and doesn't let you go until the end credits roll. The pacing is perfect and the story makes you want to keep playing. This easily could have been number 1, but it was the developer's first attempt at a game like this, and they hadn't yet perfected the finer details.
Drake's Fortune is number 2 for me as well. This is the game that made me want a PS3. Great story and a perfect twist at the end. The controls weren't the best. More often than not, a jump would go wrong and you'd die. The characters are great, and there's a good mix of action, humor, puzzle solving, and even some great scares. If the controls were better, this could have been number 1.
My pick for number 1, and one of my favorite video games of all time, is Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. I can't say enough good about this game. Easily one of the greatest stories, which pits Nathan against his most evil adversary, Zoran Lazarevich, a war criminal who will stop at nothing to get what he wants. The gunplay, puzzles, and locations are the best in the entire series. Among Thieves is a masterpiece in almost every single way.
And now finally, at number 1, dun da da da, Among Thieves. Is this a surprise to anyone? This game is probably number 1 on a lot of people's lists. The main bad guy is the best. He provides a great challenge at the end, and it'll make you want to rage quit. But you won't, because there's some special satisfaction from reaching that final cutscene and watching as Drake leads him to the Guardians. This is also the game that introduced Chloe Fraser and truck chases, which has become a staple of the series since. I like how the game starts mid-story with the train hanging off the cliff and then flashes back, showing the events that led up to that point. These are some of the reasons I put Among Thieves at number 1. Those are our rankings of the Uncharted games. How would you rank them? Let us know in the comments. Also be sure to like and subscribe
We'll see you in the future.
to talk more about the past.